Hello again. Today I'm in the city with Willis and we're going to show you 5 easy ways to use reflections in your photos.
Good.
So the first easy way to use reflections in your photos is using water or puddles. So using water or puddles is very easy to use, especially if you're going out in the rain, because you can get nice reflections of cars, people, and also buildings.
Yeah, they make the perfect sort of mirror. It's like having a mirror on the floor. When you have still water or a puddle just sat there, it'll mirror or reflect anything that's in the foreground or distance.
And even if you get some ripples in the water, create a really nice sort of refraction effect.
You don't want like, I don't know, ocean water or anything, or sometimes like, you know, messy water, because it's not going to reflect as well. You shoot the opera house or something, you can see like the light reflected, but it's not the same as getting a nice still puddle.
Yeah.
Like a perfect reflection of a perfect reflection in like an alleyway like this.
Yeah.
It'll reflect like nicely.
Yeah. Anyways, let's stop talking about puddles. Let's just go shoot. So we met up with Sam as well. And what do you think of the spot?
It's pretty sick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We've got these arrows on the road here, and then also sort of a building that's just going straight up at the back. So I've brought a water bottle. This is this plan B to when you can't find rain. What I'm going to do is basically pour all the water in front of this arrow here and get this really nice alleyway with all the symmetry. If you've watched Stranger Things, it's going to be like an upside down sort of effect. Alright, let's do it.
Get out.
Let's see if that works. Alright. There's a nice puddle in it. Hey Sam, do you reckon you could walk me? I've only got a little bit of water left. So. This is the shot. This shot has to count.
Oh yeah, no, it works better.
Those
Oh,
ones,
that's sick.
that looks
Yeah,
better,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it works.
Nice.
So the second easy way to use reflections in your photos is using glass. And it's pretty effective to use because all you need is windows or any sort of buildings with shiny surfaces.
So instead of a horizontal sort of reflection like previously, this provides like a vertical reflection, different sort of perspective to what you had before.
Yeah. So we found this location here, which has a really nice just glass wall. So I might have put a subject right next to the glass to get a shot straight down with a vertical reflection. Willis, can I just get you to stand just like here? And then just lean against the wall, like looking out that way. Yeah. There you go. He knows. Yeah, have a gaze.
That's mad.
Pretty sick.
That's so trippy.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a perfect reflection. Doesn't really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. There's really not any flaws in terms of the reflection.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. So the third way of using reflections in your photos is using your phone. And that's something that you have in your pocket all the time, so it's really convenient to use. And especially if you find a good neon sign like this, you can create some really cool portraits.
It works like a prism. Have you ever seen those little prisms you get on Amazon or eBay? It's like that, pretty much. So you can use neons or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna get Willis to stand or kneel under this sign, aimed around this corner of the sign so I can get the reflection on the other side and sort of frame his face with the phone. That's pretty sick.
Sick. Cropped into.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's mad.
I actually kind of like it, like with the edge of the phone.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah, cool. So the fourth easy way to use reflections in your photos.
It's literally anything shiny. You know, you'll be going for the CBD, you might find something like optical wonder is eyes.
Like this, or
Like this.
but for now we've found this really cool spot with all these mirrored sort of metal pieces. So if you find anything that's reflective in the city, it's very useful to just shoot it and get some sort of symmetry with it. So Sam's shooting right now, this wall, and he's shooting on the wide, right?
16mm f2.8 from
Right.
If you don't have a 16, you can lie on the floor, look up, and
Yeah.
you get like more of the reflection. But because the 16 is so wide on full frame, you can literally just stand here and get the shot.
Oh yeah, sick.
You
Yeah,
don't even
that
have to
looks
lie
right.
down.
Actually, the clouds actually look really good.
Yeah, it's so sick.
So the fifth and final way to include reflections in your photos is to Photoshop. So we've got kind of like this perfect light coming through the city. You can see the sort of light beams going through each building. So it'd be perfect for some shots, especially for the reflection of the water and also for some drone shots that Sam's getting right now. So basically what I want to compose is having the buildings and the top half and then the water covering the bottom half. So then in post, I can create a clean reflection. Keep the highlights exposed. Doesn't matter so much about the shadows because then I can lift them in post. We'll get a couple shots and see what we can get. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this Photoshop trick where you can turn basically any photo into a perfect reflection. So I've just dragged my photo into Lightroom and I've chucked a preset on it, which will be released later this year. So after you're happy with the edit that you have in Lightroom, you want to make sure your photo is selected in the bottom thumbnail and then press Command E. And essentially this opens your photo with the edit on top of it into Photoshop. Now that we're in Photoshop, we want to go to the rectangular marquee tool and basically select the area that we want reflected. So I'm going to go and drag over the city and the sky just above the water. Once you're happy with the selected area, you're going to right click and click feather. This is so it smoothens out the edges of the selected area, so once we cut it out, it doesn't look too abrupt. So I'm going to go ahead and just do 8 pixels for this, and then we're going to go ahead and right click the selected area again and click layer via copy. Now if you look at the bottom right, we have 2 layers now, so the one that we've cut out and also the original background. We want to make sure that the layer we cut out is selected and go up to the vertical flip icon. Once you've clicked that, you can go to the move tool and drag that down to your desired reflection area. As you can see now, it has a pretty convincing reflection, but we just need to make some final tweaks to make it look a little more realistic. So with this layer still selected, you want to go and click filter at the top and then go to blur and motion blur. Now with the motion blur, you want to make sure it's at 90 degrees and you want to put 10 to 20 pixels of blur. After we've done this, we want to go back to filter and click blur again, but then do Gaussian blur this time. For this, I'm going to put 1.2 pixels. Now you can see that our reflection is a little bit more blurry, which is closer to what you see in real life. And for the final touches, we're going to do that in Lightroom. So I'm going to go ahead and click close and then save. Now, as you can see, the photo has been brought from Photoshop back into Lightroom where we can make our final adjustments. So I'm just going to go ahead and crop in a little bit. So now you're going to press M to bring up a graduated filter and hold down Shift and drag up. This is going to create a perfect line at the horizon where we just want to affect the reflected area. Now with this selected, we're going to bring the exposure a little bit down, maybe the highlights as well. And then I'm just going to bring the clarity a little bit up. That looks pretty good to me there. I'm just going to make one more graduated filter. So I'm going to press M and then drag up from the bottom, just to create a little bit of a vignette at the bottom to darken the water. And there you go. So those graduated filters that we just added in make it look a little bit more realistic, and I'll show you the before and after here. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's the last easy way to create reflections in your photos. I hope you guys learned something from this video and enjoyed watching it. Thank you to Willis and Sam for helping me out with the filming. All the photos from this video were edited with my Lightroom presets, which will be released soon this year. But other than that, I don't have much else to say. Maybe give me a like or a subscribe. It's free. But nonetheless, enjoy. Yeah, we got it. No, wait. Wait, I think it's up there.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's down there.